You know, some of you are, excuse me, some of you act as if you're shocked that Chris Rock would have sat there and allowed Louis C.K., Ricky Gervais, and Jerry Seinfeld to laugh or even to use that slur against our people. Now, a lot of comics think they can say whatever the hell they want without any repercussions. I don't believe that. I think they do have some sense of responsibility to the words they say. Now, let me tell you something. When Kevin Hart was called out for something he said many, many years ago, you know, Chris Rock was silent. Now, here comes Chris Rock. Somebody pulled out an old interview with, or a sit around, a conversation, whatever you want to call it. Now, that to me says that somebody is saying, okay, it's time to go after Chris Rock now. But at the same time, he gets what he deserved. And I'm going to tell you why. For years, for the last 20 years, white folks have been throwing Chris words back in our face. Now, let me remind y'all, Chris been around for 30-something years. People forget that he was on SNL. People forget he was in I'ma Get You Sucker. People forget that he was in New Jack City. People forget that he did other movies and TV show appearances besides what we know him of today. See, white folks discovered him once he was on HBO. Black folks know him when he was still doing bit parts in movies, and you know, everybody say, who's that skinny motherfucker, you know, with the weird voice. You know what I mean? Chris threw shade back when they do that Oscar So White at Jada Pinkett and the other actors that was complaining. He said, they wasn't in nothing nobody wanted to see. They not even nominated. Remember that? And I told y'all way before that, I said, yo, Chris, you gotta listen to Chris. Chris throw nasty comments at the black community. But because he's saying that voice, and then he tells the joke, he laughs at before the joke get out here, he do that. And if you ever watch Chris sit around white folk, his tone and his voice change. Now, when his brother Tony is talking, he still sounds the same. Go look at the interview with Chris talk to white folk. Then, remember, Chris executive produced Amy Schumer's stand-up special. He didn't defend Monique when Monique caught Netflix. What other black women has Chris, besides one of the Copper Muncher Sykes, has he put out there? None. Chris associated himself with a lot of white folk. Now, when he started experiencing a little taste of racism, he'll get black for about maybe 2 minutes. Remember that documentary he did about hair? And I told y'all, if you've been following me, and I've told my friends and family, I said, he was throwing shade at the black female. I said, y'all got to go back and watch it and listen to it, how he talks about it very closely. Chris like to play both sides. Chris know that white folk like him when he's talking about us, when he's throwing shit in our face. But he knows how to go play with black folk. He code switch. Do you think Jerry Seinfeld would have allowed Louis C.K. to sit there and make him draw a slur? And Louis C.K. think because he's Hispanic, like yes people, he's Hispanic. He figured, well, I can say that. Ricky Gervais was laughing his ass off. This is the same Ricky Gervais that him and old girl from Big Bang Theory, Kelly Coco, went after that black mother when her baby got into that exhibit, that gorilla exhibit. He and Kelly Coco and a handful of other white celebrities was bad mouthing the mother. Maybe they should put the mother down. Chris sat there and laughed right along with them. No other group of people did. See, I told y'all about these black rappers, these black comedians. They dangerous to the community. I've been yelling this stuff for years. Everybody's like, oh, you're jealous. Jealous of what? I would have never said that. I would say, like, hey, Lewis, you know, hey, man, I know you trying to agree with me, but you went too far. But guess what? We got a group of blacks already ready to defend Chris. Well, Chris didn't say it. He just had to say it. No, he didn't. If Chris would have came back and used the slur the Hispanics don't like or Jews don't like, then I sit there and say no harm, no foul. Because everybody says something derogatory. But it's always something at our expense. I've been yelling and yelling about Chris Rock for years. And people thought, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You lost your funny bone. I watch his specials. Remember, this is the same dude that told white folk there's black folks and white folks that say, there are black people and there. Seriously, for 20-something years, white folks been throwing that Chris Rock stuff right back in our face. Didn't Dr. Laura Schlesinger tell her sister about 10 years ago when she called and said, my husband, his friends and family were calling me racial slurs, saying things to me derogatory. What did she turn? Well, black comics, Chris Rock says all the time. Didn't they mention throw her name out there? But as I said, you shouldn't be shocked. But when Monique came out there and said, hey, Chris went silent. Remember, he executive produced Amy Schumer, even if all the crap that Amy Schumer and Leah Dunham, all this cats been saying for years about blacks. He went and executive produced her show, but you didn't stand about Monique. Some of y'all are shocked. I'm not. I've been calling it, and those of you been following me and really been paying attention to my commentaries know I've been mentioning his name for years. I've been yelling. I said, dude is two-faced. He played both sides. I remember he tried to come out talking about he get followed in his car. Big fucking whoop. That's the only thing you got to worry about. But you played into the stereotype about the big bad black man. Chris don't have anything to do with the black community like that. The black community supported this cat for years. During that 4th season of Everybody Hate Chris, I guarantee you it was a predominantly black audience. He's executive produced TV shows and they don't last. That white base do not watch him if he's not throwing shade at us. They do just like Oprah Winfrey. If she says she's throwing shade or ignoring the black community, they don't have nothing to do with you. Chris been doing this for years, and if y'all didn't see that clip, and I'm telling y'all, that clip wasn't just for Jerry Seinfeld or Ricky Gervais or Louis C.K. It was destined to embarrass Chris. And this is what you get. You got too comfortable out there criticizing other black folk for years, talking about dumb blacks and everything. See, y'all won't go hard on Chris because the way he sounds. He do that crazy voice, and y'all. But Bill Cosby says something, you're Uncle Tom. Cosby never sat down with no white person and used language like that to describe our people. This ain't the first time Chris has done this. It's just that some of y'all paying attention a little bit more. Slow news cycle, folks. I told y'all, now these brothers, they no matter what they did in the past, even if they throwing shade at us, I told y'all they coming after them. Do I feel sorry for Chris? No. He need to answer for this. Because he got away with the Monique thing. He got away with that black folks. And then, because I know he said later, a few years ago, he said he hate the fact that he did that routine. But he did it. He was a grown man. It ain't like you was 15, 16. It ain't like you just got in the industry. You know better. I warned y'all about this cat. I told y'all he's rotten. He's sneaky to the core. Now y'all starting to see how sneaky and rotten he is. I told you so. I told you so.